Welcome back. Today we're doing central ideas, the questions that ask for the main idea of the whole text. Students miss these by grabbing a true detail or restating the topic instead of the actual point. I run the same 3 checks every time, and we'll mark up 5 together today, from an easy warm-up to 2 that are genuinely tricky at the end. Here's the whole method. Check 1. Find the claim, the one sentence the whole text is built to support. It usually sits right after a pivot like but, yet, or in fact, or in the very last line. Check 2. Say the whole text in one sentence. Put the main idea in your own words before you look at the choices, the point every sentence serves, not any single detail. Check 3. Match on scope. Pick the choice that covers your whole prediction and reject the 3 traps: the too narrow, the too broad, and the distorted. Question 1. Our warm-up. Check 1. Find the claim. The passage opens by saying the octopus does more than blend in, and it ends on the real point. Its talent is not simple hiding, but active deception, choosing a disguise to fit the threat. That last sentence is what everything builds to. Now say the whole text in one sentence. The octopus defends itself by matching its disguise to the predator. Lock that in before reading a single choice. Now the choices. B says the octopus changes color to blend into the sandy floor. But blending is the simple hiding the passage moves past. That's one detail, not the point. Set it aside. C says, most sea creatures survive by camouflage. The passage is about this one octopus, not sea creatures in general. Rule it out. D says the mimic octopus is the only species that can imitate others. The text never claims only. That word goes past the passage. Cross it off. A says the octopus protects itself by choosing disguises to fit the predator it faces. That's our sentence. We keep A. A wins because it states the whole text point, active deception, instead of the detail the author set aside. Each trap grabs something true, something too big, or something the text never said. Question 2. Find the claim again and watch for a pivot. The histories describe a whole nation gambling on flowers, but then recent research tells a narrower story. That turn is your signal. The claim lands in the final line. The mania was real, but far smaller than the legend claims. Say it in one sentence. The tulip craze really happened, yet it was much smaller than the legend makes it sound. To the choices. B says professional dealers traded promissory notes in taverns. True, but that's one detail about who was trading, not the overall point. Toss it. C says the mania never actually happened. The passage says plainly that it was real, so that flatly contradicts the text. Off it goes. D says speculative bubbles have ruined investors all through history. The passage never widens out that far. It stays on this one episode. That one is out. A says the craze was real but far more limited than its legend suggests. Both halves exactly. A stays. A is right because it keeps both halves. The mania was real, and it was smaller than the legend. The traps each dropped a half or stretched too far. Question 3. And here the claim is quiet. Check 2. Say the whole text in one sentence. The watch runs slow. She never sets it. Friends say wear it or sell it. And then the line that matters. The watch was not for telling time. Each morning she opens the drawer and closes it again. A small ritual. So the main idea is this. The watch is an act of remembrance, not a timepiece. Predict that, then check the choices. The choices. B says Nadia leaves the watch unset because it runs slow. That treats a passing detail as the point, and the reasoning is off too. Scratch it. C says she plans to sell it once she's ready. Friends urge her to sell and she only smiles. The text points the other way. Drop it. D says old watches usually hold more sentimental than monetary value. That's a general claim about watches, far broader than this one character. Gone. A says the watch matters as a daily ritual of remembrance, not a working timepiece. That's our sentence. A holds. A captures what the watch means, not what it does. C is the trap that reads in a plan the passage never mentions. Question 4. Harder. Conventional wisdom says bigger brains mean smarter animals. Crows and parrots complicate that. Watch the pivot. The difference lies not in size but in density. The claim is the last line. Intelligence tracks how many neurons a brain holds, not how much it weighs. Say the whole text in one sentence. Smarts come from neuron count, not brain size. Hold that prediction. The traps here are built to pull you off it. Now, the choices, and on a hard one, you check each against your sentence. B says crows and parrots solve puzzles. Bigger mammals can't. True, but that's the evidence the passage uses, not the claim it reaches. Knock it out. C says bigger brains generally make animals smarter. That's the exact idea the passage overturns, so it can't be the main idea. Away it goes. D says birds evolve denser brains because flight rewards a light body. The text says the brains are denser, but never says why. That explanation is invented. Eliminate it. A says intelligence depends on neuron count, not overall size. That's our sentence. A wins. A is the claim every sentence points to. The traps were the evidence, the rejected view, and an invented explanation. The three usual suspects on a hard one. Question 5, the hardest. Notice the famous label up front, libraries praised as the people's university. But watch the pivot. That description fits their origins, but it misses what they have become. The claim is the last line. The library's deeper role now is a place a person can enter and stay without being asked to buy anything. In one sentence, the library's real role today is a free public space beyond education. Check 3. Match on scope and reject the three traps. B says libraries lend tools and host job fairs. Those are just examples of the bigger role. Too narrow to be the main idea. Cut it. C says libraries should drop the new services and go back to self-education. The passage values what they've become. It never calls for a return. Push it aside. D says the People's University best captures what libraries have become, but the text says that phrase misses what they've become, so D contradicts it outright. Strike that. A says the library's main role today is a free public space beyond education. That's our sentence. A takes it. A names the new role at full scope. D is the nastiest trap. It hands you the famous phrase the passage just told you to distrust. That's the method. Find the claim, say the whole text in one sentence, then match on scope and cut the three traps. 10 fresh Central Ideas questions are waiting in the printable practice test. The link is pinned in the comments. Work them cold, then check yourself. See you in the next one.